Today's wisdom is a wake-up call to encourage you to become aware that you may think you are mentally free, but indeed we go through life initially a slave or a servant to dictators who are often self-serving and get us into trouble. There is a parable by a Russian philosopher whose name was Ouspensky, who told us that there was once a magical master who had sheep that he raised for his dinner table, but they often ran away, and he didn't want to hire a shepherd or create a fence, so he decided to hypnotize them. What he first told the sheep was that they were immortal, and that when they died, that their hereafter would be pleasant and would be okay. They would not need to be concerned about dying. Second, he told them that he was a marvelous master and they should love him because he was interested in their well-being. And third, he told them that because they were immortal, nothing would happen to them during that day, and therefore they didn't need to think about their death, so that when he would skin them for his dinner table, they were to believe that this was going to be a pleasant experience and that it would lead to something better in the hereafter. That was his tale, and as a result, the sheep no longer ran away. It was very effective. Now, one of the questions is, should we tell the sheep that they are really under some kind of spell, even if they may not have the brain power to figure out a way to save themselves? Maybe they would be better off not knowing. But with human beings, we know that we have the ability to make a difference. We do have the brain power to solve problems. Now, today's analogy to the parable that Ouspensky gave us is what is called the hopeless-helpless response. We learn early in our lives that we are often unable to change things, so we give up quite readily. For example, one of my professors, who was the first biologist, his name was Kurt Richter, he did an experiment where he showed that if rodents were restrained early in their development and put in a tub of water, they would not swim to safety. They would simply drown and die, while normal rodents put in water would swim to the side and they would escape. Similarly, a baby elephant who's tied to a stake and may be unable as a baby to pull that stake out, as a grown elephant would have no trouble walking away. But because he learns this helplessness, hopelessness attitude, he will stay tethered to that stake. Now, the same thing occurs with human beings. I've asked hundreds of people in interviews whether they wish or pray for peace, and they say almost always, yes, they do. But when I ask them what they do about it, they say, well, they don't think anything they could do would be useful. That's the hopeless, helpless response. So they shut down their energy factory. Well, this is the idea that we need to correct. We need to wake ourselves up that we're not in a hypnotized state, we're not hopeless, helpless, and once you become aware of this, then you can begin to learn the skills that will enable you to become a powerful individual that you really are. We have such knowledge that we are in a position now to direct our own lives. We join fate and circumstance in changing the world. We change ourselves, and whether we like it or not, our fate is in our hands. But if we simply stay tethered to the stake like the elephant, we won't get very far, and it'll only be a matter of time before we'll go ahead and we'll use the horrible weapons that we're now creating. So think about the hopeless, helpless response. Let's get over it, and we can make a difference. Help me create world peace. Join me at anwot.org, and you will get 100 free tips delivered to your home every 2 days. Can't make it any easier for you. You will never be charged for any of our services. Have a great day.